Do you have high cholesterol and feel like no matter what you do, it won't go down? Today I want to show you how you can start lowering it naturally, using something as simple as a food you probably already have at home, but maybe using the wrong way without realizing it. With a small adjustment starting today, you can begin to see real changes without relying only on medication. Over the years, I've noticed something that happens again and again, and I want to be completely honest with you. Many times, the root cause of the problem is never addressed. When it comes to cholesterol, it's very common to be prescribed medications like statins, but rarely are you shown the specific dietary changes that could truly make a difference. So an important question comes up: what's better, continuing the same habits and taking pills, or correcting what is actually raising your cholesterol? Today I'm going to explain how, with 3 foods and a bit of your commitment, you can begin to bring those levels down. It's not complicated, it doesn't require extra spending, and most importantly, it's something you can apply in your daily life. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and there's something important I want you to understand. It's not just about total cholesterol. The real concern is often the small, dense LDL cholesterol, the type that can build up in your arteries. The good news is that proper nutrition can strongly influence this, sometimes in ways comparable to certain treatments. I remember a 62-year-old patient who came in worried because he had already been advised to start medication. We decided to begin with simple dietary changes, nothing extreme, just targeted adjustments. Within a few weeks, his levels began to improve, and more importantly, he felt more energetic. That's exactly what I want you to experience as well. Now, let's be clear, medications have their place, and in some cases they are necessary. But before reaching that point, your body deserves the chance to respond to natural changes. Because when we only block cholesterol production with medication, unwanted effects can appear, such as fatigue, muscle discomfort, or even changes in other body functions. That's why your participation is essential. It's not about being perfect, it's about getting started. Small, consistent changes can have a much bigger impact than you imagine. When we talk about high cholesterol, we usually see total cholesterol levels above 200 or elevated LDL levels. And often, the first response is medication. But there's something we can't ignore. In most cases, what you eat every day directly affects those numbers. There are also specific conditions like thyroid issues that can raise cholesterol. That's why it's important to evaluate that aspect as well. If there's an imbalance and it's not corrected, cholesterol can remain high even if you're doing things right. But if everything else is under control, then nutrition becomes your most powerful tool. And this is where we begin with the first food. The first one is something you probably already know well: avocado. Avocado is rich in healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats, which help improve cholesterol levels. Studies have shown that regular consumption can help reduce both total cholesterol and LDL. Personally, I recommend including it daily. It can be half an avocado or a whole one, depending on your situation. It's easy to add, in salads, alongside meals, or even in smoothies. Many people ask me if it really makes a difference, and the answer is yes. But here's the key point: it's not enough to just add avocado if you don't make small adjustments to the rest of your diet. It works best as part of a bigger picture. For example, reducing saturated fats like butter, highly processed foods, or certain animal fats can significantly enhance the effect. In my practice, I've seen patients who simply add avocado and slightly improve their diet achieve noticeable changes within weeks. Even people with diabetes can include it without issue, adjusting how they prepare it, for example by using plant-based milk instead of full-fat dairy. And here's something important: avocado is especially helpful for that dense, problematic LDL cholesterol, the one most associated with cardiovascular risk. So here's my practical recommendation: try a simple experiment for 1 month. Include avocado in your daily diet, improve the quality of your meals, and then compare your results. You may be surprised. If this information is helping you, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications, because on this channel I share practical, real-world strategies to help you improve your health step by step. Let's continue, because there are still 2 more foods that can make a big difference. We're still with the first food, avocado, but now I want to show you something practical that almost no one explains, and it can completely change your results. All types of avocado are beneficial, that's clear. Some may vary slightly in fat content, but overall they all provide healthy fats that support better cholesterol levels. However, the real detail lies in how you eat it. Let me explain simply. When you cut an avocado, you'll notice that the part closest to the skin is darker green and more intense. That's where the highest concentration of nutrients is found. And here's where many people make a mistake without realizing it. They scoop out only the center with a spoon, leaving behind the most nutrient-rich layer stuck to the skin. In other words, they're missing the best part. Ideally, instead of just scooping the middle, you should peel it or scrape it all the way to the edge, making sure to include that darker green layer. That's where your body gets the most benefit. I had a 68-year-old patient who did exactly this. He ate avocado every day but only the center part. When we corrected that detail, along with a few simple dietary changes, his levels improved noticeably within weeks. Sometimes it's not about doing more, it's about doing it better. You can eat it however you like, with a bit of lemon, olive oil, or alongside other healthy foods. The key is consistency and making sure you use it properly. When you combine this habit with a moderate reduction in saturated fats, the results are even stronger. It's not about eliminating everything, it's about balance. Now let's move on to the second food that can help you significantly. Oats. But pay attention, because not all oats are the same. I'm referring to whole rolled oats, as natural as possible. Not the highly processed or overly refined versions. Oats are rich in soluble fiber, especially beta-glucans, which help lower cholesterol, particularly that dense LDL we're concerned about. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume oats can significantly improve their cholesterol profile, especially when combined with other dietary improvements. You can eat them for breakfast, soak them overnight, or prepare them simply. It doesn't have to be complicated. If possible, choose more natural or organic oats, since some industrial processes can affect their quality. I've seen patients who, just by adding oats daily and slightly improving their diet, manage to lower their levels without needing more aggressive measures. Now let's move on to the third food, which many people underestimate. Nuts. Nuts are an excellent source of healthy fats that help improve cholesterol and triglyceride levels. When consumed regularly, they can help reduce LDL cholesterol. There are studies showing meaningful reductions when nuts are combined with a balanced diet. In some cases, the results are quite comparable to other approaches. The key is the combination. If you reduce some animal-based fats and start consistently including avocado, oats, and nuts, your body responds. I can also tell you this from personal experience. Years ago, before I fully embraced lifestyle medicine, I had high cholesterol myself. I didn't fully understand why, because I thought I was eating relatively well. Once I began applying these changes consistently, my levels started to improve. Over time, I reached much healthier ranges. That confirmed something very important to me. The body responds when you give it what it needs. That's why, before jumping to more complex solutions, it's worth trying this approach consistently for a few weeks. Include avocado, oats, and nuts. Reduce what you know isn't helping. And observe how your body responds. In many cases, the results speak for themselves. Now, there's something many people ask me, Doctor, what about vitamin D? You have to be careful. It's not something to take blindly. It should be evaluated because excess can also cause problems. Interestingly, some treatments can affect its absorption, which is why additional supplements are often prescribed to compensate. And that's when we should pause and ask, wouldn't it be better to start with the basics, with what actually addresses the root cause? I also want to be completely honest with you. There are situations where more direct medical intervention is necessary. For example, gallbladder stones don't resolve with food alone. They require proper treatment. The same goes for thyroid disorders, which need specific management. But when it comes to cholesterol, in most cases, lifestyle plays a major role. I remember a 70-year-old patient who came in feeling discouraged because her cholesterol wouldn't improve. She felt tired and hopeless. We started with simple changes, improving her breakfast with oats, properly incorporating avocado, and adding a small handful of nuts daily. Nothing complicated. Within weeks, not only did her labs improve, her mood changed as well. She told me something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I feel like I got control of my body back. And that's what I want for you." Before we finish, I want to share a reflection that goes beyond nutrition, but deeply impacts your health. There are people who, even in difficult times, maintain a sense of gratitude. And it's no coincidence that these same people tend to preserve better well-being, mental clarity, and inner peace over time. Science has studied this for decades. It shows that people who nurture relationships, maintain a positive mindset, and practice gratitude tend to live longer and healthier lives. It's not just what you eat, it's also how you live, how you think, and how you relate to what you have. I say this to you not only as a doctor, but as a human being. Learning to be grateful, even in difficult moments, can transform your health in a profound way. So today, in addition to applying these dietary changes, I invite you to pause and be grateful. For your life, for your body, for the opportunity to learn something that can help you feel better. If this message added value to you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming videos, and share this with someone who might need it. There may be someone close to you going through the same situation, and this video could be their turning point. Leave me a comment and tell me how it goes when you apply these tips. I enjoy reading you, understanding your journey, and supporting you along the way. In this space with Dr. Gabriel Mena, it brings me great joy to help you improve your health with practical, clear, and meaningful information. That's our mission every day. Tomorrow we'll have a new video created just for you, to keep helping you make better decisions and take care of your well-being step by step. I'll see you there.